Hello guys, my name is Mohammed. Today I'm going to be explaining to you how to apply for a volunteer income tax assistant course or license. Basically, it's a very, this is something that if you're planning to volunteer for free preparing taxes, this is a certification course that you need to take. Now I'm going to be showing you this in the short video how to apply for this license, what to do, the steps necessary, and everything what you basically need to do. So basically what you do is you go on Google and you put down volunteer income tax assistant, or you could put IRS next to it. The first link should show up is this, volunteer income tax assistant by the IRS. You click on it. Once you click on it, you'll get this free tax return preparation for qualifying taxpayer. The volunteer income tax assistant program offers free tax help to people who generally make $54,000 or less, person with disabilities, and limited English-speaking taxpayer who need assistance preparing their own tax returns. IRS certified volunteers provide free basic income tax return preparation with electronic filing to qualified individual. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it's for people that make $54,000 or less. Those are for those people that want to apply for, they cannot afford a tax preparer because a lot of tax preparer charge fee, so they'll do it for you for free, depending on your qualification. Obviously, they want to make sure you're not making $80,000 and getting, this is for people that are unfortunate that cannot afford a tax preparer. So they'll file for you for free. In addition to the tax Vita program, which I was just talking about, there's a thing called tax counseling for the elderly, which is the TCE. It's for people that are 60 years of age or older, and basically what they do is they help seniors with their because a lot of seniors have an IRA plan, a lot of retirement plans, so they're a little bit more complicated. So they will also help them out to to sort out what they need to do and to file taxes, so they don't have to pay for anything. Before you planning to go to the Vita Tce site, which I'll show this in a little while, there's a publication 3676-B. There's a publication where it shows you step by step what you need to do, what you need to prepare in order to basically check out this course. These courses, actually there's more than one, will show you as a volunteer what type of identification you need from a person, what you need to do. It's like the whole process. So it's very important that you as a volunteer need to know what to do. So if you read this publication, this will basically show you what you need to do. Other than that, this will show you other questions and everything. So how do you apply for it? Basically, you see this link over here, become a Vita volunteer. You click on it and it will tell you learn to prepare taxes and make a difference in the community at the same time. How can you make a difference? Simple. Volunteer to help your community by preparing free of charges with volunteer income tax or tax counseling for the elderly program. You will receive training to provide free tax to low moderate income families who need assistance preparing their tax returns. As a volunteer, you will join the thousands of others who each year prepare millions of tax returns at thousands of tax sites nationwide. How does this program work? As a committed tax volunteer, you'll be assigned to work with sponsorship organization. Basically, what this means is you'll be assigned to a local, some non-for-profit organization. You will go to them. You will let them know, okay, I want to work as a volunteer. They will ask you what days are you free. Only for those certified, basically, would have the license, and they will give it to you. So how do you get this license? There's two ways. Either I rarely seen this. You could either go to a classroom by one of these non-for-profit organizations. They will put you in a classroom. You will take the certification, and obviously you'll become a Vita /TCE volunteer member, certified tax preparer by the IRS, or you could do it online, which I'll show to you what you need to do. So basically, with this, in order to start up the process to someone to contact you, you click over here, become a Vita /volunteer. Now this page will show up. This page will tell you the Privacy Act and everything, like every other page. Sometimes when you apply for something, this is they'll have something like this. Just read through it. I will recommend read through it and everything to get contact. What it is. Once you click, and just click your first name, last name, email address, your phone number, best time to call, day or evening, location, list language other than English. There's all this, and you click on next. There's a third page that's gonna ask you additional questions about it, and then you submit. Basically, one of the organization member will email you or call you, whatever the preferred method there is going to be. Once you do that, you wait. Basically, they'll call you. Somebody will contact you. If you the courses that I'm gonna be showing you in the second window is gonna be courses that you could take. These courses either, like I said, is either in person or online. So if you want to go online, Let me go back. This is for basically for this. So what you do is this. You go on www.lincolnlearncertification.com. So this is going to be short. This is registered by the IRS. Basically, it's for people that if you want to take these courses rather than going to the classroom. If you don't want to go to the classroom, you can take it over here. Obviously, my name is registered. Well, what you do is you create a new account for people that don't have a new account. So complete the risk below to create your account. So this is going to be the risk. If you're none of these, just click other. Do you want to take the site coordinator course? Yes, you will. Training source, Lincoln Learn taxes. Yeah, that's the one. And then you put in all the other information. For this, like it says IRS employee, this is not for you, so you leave this blank. Login, password, confirm password, email, confirm email. See all that? Just put it in. P10 number, if you have a P10 number, which means it's like an IRS P10 number. It's basically what this means is that if you're planning to become a Vita volunteer, sometimes some people might have a P10 number from the IRS. It's basically like a number, your name is on it, showing that you're a tax preparer, basically from the IRS. New York, like I'm from New York State. New York State has its own, so every state has its own, and every federal has its own. So make sure whatever you're applying for, if you want to become a volunteer member, each state has a different. This I'm talking about New York City. So every probably state, like I said, has a different thing. So want to make sure if you're doing it correctly. This is just an overall video, just how you could do it. So once you click this, you click register. Obviously, I'm registered already. I can't do it. You just click on login. For me, it's login, obviously. Then I'm going to show you to the next page what you have to do. Once it goes in, I will show you what it basically looks like, or the Vita/CCE Central looks like. How they're asking questions, and obviously you'll see over here questions regarding what it is. Like I took some of these courses, the 2016 Volunteer Standard of Conduct exam. They give you 2 tries, so make sure you want to pass it the first time. You don't want to take this the second time and pass it and you won't be able to do it. So basically you want to take this course, intake interview quality review exam course, a site coordinator training course, the 2016 basic exam. Like now, well, you all know this. What this does is basically once you're certified like on these things, like for basic, you'll be able to do basic tax returns. Look at advanced. If you go on advanced, there's more questions. You need to take an advanced exam, and then you need to take the health saving account. So the more you go forward, the more it becomes a little bit complicated, because then if you do advanced, which means you'll be able to do the basic and advanced exams. Then this military, for people from military, they have their own tax return. As you can see, these are all questions you need to do, and you cannot just go one at a time. You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you can't skip and just do this first and this first. They won't allow you that. So basically, you have to go on one. So obviously, for international students, for people from Puerto Rico, like there's also tests over here you have to take. So foreign students. So just basically what this does is every one of these is basically a level ahead. So if you're certified at the basic level as a Vita/CCE volunteer, you'll be able to do only basic tax returns. You cannot do anything complicated, like how can I explain, like something with the IRA, with the retirement plan. You won't be able to do it because that's too complicated. So basically what they want you to do is take these certifications to see, alright, you are qualified. Even though you just did everything online, they will help you. One more thing, a lot of times if you do an in-person course, they will give you a software to use. So if you're not familiar to how to use the software, you could always get that software and you could use their software. Basically, they will help you get that software and you could practice on the software. Rather than online course, you will not have access to the software, not that I know of so far. But if you're doing with them, they will give you a course, like a software, so you could use their software, in-person class. Like I said again, it's always you could email them, call them, and see what they say. So this is for those people that want to do this in the future. At this time, I think with the day I post my video, it's gonna be like 10-15 days away from from the tax return season at that time, because it's so it's gonna be a little bit different. So always double check from your site coordinator or from the IRS website, from the volunteer website, or contact them and see what they say. Basically, you'll see that number in the publication that I showed you. So basically, this is how you get a Vita/CCE Central. This is an excellent thing to put on your resume. I mean, even if you work once a week, you'll be a certified Vita/CCE volunteer, and it's not a bad thing to put on your resume that you're certified by the IRS. Some pointers for people that are gonna start this business: always ask questions when you're preparing taxes for basic, advanced, military, international, or whatever it is, always ask questions. If you don't know anyone, you will have somebody there. It's always the best to have a second pair of eyes look into tax returns, because remember one thing: if you ever e-file something, electronic file, which means you send it to the IRS, you cannot get that back. The only way to get it back is to amend it. So especially if you're doing something for somebody for free, you want to make sure that you don't want to make any mistake and look bad on yourself and on the organization. So you want to make sure everything is correct. You will have a second pair of eyes looking over is the best way of doing that. Always get identification from people that are from people that are filing taxes, because a lot of times they think they could come to a free volunteer site and just try to take advantage of the person filing the taxes. Get proper identification from that person. Get some type of information from that person. Let's say if they're doing a Schedule C, which is self-employed. Let's say if they're doing a self-employed tax. Get enough proof to see if they're really self-employed or just making that up, because a lot of people do make that up now these days. Unfortunately, they lie to get the refund. IRS has a lot of strict rules. Every year they're becoming more and more keen and strict on this. So they want to make sure, obviously they don't want to have any fraudulent activities for people that are making false refund, because it's a loss of the city and federal. So no one wants to do that. So basically that's what want to make sure that's what they're looking for. So as a volunteer member, when you're there at the front desk preparing somebody's taxes, you want to make sure that everything is correct. I mean, like I said before, always, if you don't know anything, just ask one of your supervisor over there, your site coordinator, whoever is there at that time. Ask them; they will help you out. And one more thing, guys, if you're some people that they're not always licensed, basically. So if you're doing this volunteer standard of conduct review exam and site coordinator, and you haven't taken the basic exam or you haven't gone to the level, you could always be the person that's at the receptionist, basically asking basic questions but not filing taxes. So they always do that as well. Which I remember from one of these videos that they tell you that if you don't want to deal with people, you want to file taxes, you can always be there as a guidance for people that they need help and everything. So that's one part of there too. If you have any questions, guys, that's how this is how you go through it. It's excellent. You can always take these courses anytime and put on your resume. It's always good to have in the far future. If you have any questions, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will gladly help you out. Thank you for your time, guys, and have a wonderful day.